Linda? On the minutes, any questions? Hearing none. On the bills, questions on the bills?
I do. I'm gonna piggyback on Jim's question. 420750 for workplace investigation. What was that?
That was, the clerk's case against the accountant.
Is that settled? Or is that still ongoing? That's just part of the,
That's just what has been,
I would defer to Dan.
so that's still ongoing and
yeah.
we just
I'd
keep
rather
our.
not talk anymore about it.
Okay.
Any other questions on the bills?
Yeah, I guess. I think it was the new chief, fire chief. We paid for 2 months, I just stepped at it, was man, 361.86. This cable for volunteer, and he said it's for 74 wing. My concern is, are we paying for cable for the volunteer group, Paul? Any idea?
I thought we had. three-
No,
Wasn't it in the agreement that we had?
I think it was like really
Free
basic.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
no free Wi-Fi or
Yeah.
cable.
What I'm saying is that we're.
That was all with Greenlight Network that
Oh.
I negotiated, we wouldn't do it.
The new chief, not said or not.
Excuse me, we have one meeting going on, okay? Thank you. All right, Adam,
Yeah,
do you know?
I'm unsure if it's for the whole building of 74-wheeler or if it's for just the volunteer source specifically.
What's it listed as?
Able volunteer, 810 to 9925. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if it's the station to have the Wi-Fi and all that, fine, but if it's sitting in a building that's using maybe 5% of the week, why are we paying that?
I have no idea. We've never, I don't recall ever,
This at all.
no, ever recall paying that.
Unless this is.
Chief, can you get the chief of fire there for a second, please? Thanks. Chief, we got a bill here and I know, hey, congratulations. Here, I know, sure, right. On that 74 William, there, we have a bill for, it's two, for Wheeler, 74 Wheeler. This is for 2 months, right,
Yeah,
Matt? It's $361.86 for, it says cable for volunteer. Do you know if that's for our paid, but it says volunteer? You understand what I'm saying?
I'd have to look deeper in that.
Okay, if you would, yeah, because, you know, I mean, how many, you know, the guys are in there 5% of the week and we're gonna pay that amount of money? It doesn't make sense to me.
I'll
If
take
you
it
would,
and
please.
see what that is actually for.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All those trucks were up before, right, Adam?
Yeah, they're approved on the previous capital. plan.
Okay, all right, okay, thank you.
Anything else on the bills? Anybody else have anything on the bills? Okay, the stipend for the superintendent of public works. Who'd like it?
Okay.
Sure. Questions on it? Comments?
I have a question. I think when that was sent to me by the second ward council member, it actually had the second ward council member as the sponsor and the first ward council member as the second. I'm not sure how you want to proceed, but
It's not
I
true.
copy and
Yeah,
paste
they-
the middle part, so just wanted to make sure we're on the same page.
All the same.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, appointment of the chief, do you want to do council? Any questions on it?
I do have a question.
Yes,
Mr. Briggs again.
This is-
So we have the resolution number 3 for you.
number 4.
Or, I'm sorry, number 4. Is that satisfactory to your standard?
this is-
Okay. Yeah. He's happy, I'm happy.
All right, any other questions on it? Okay, next is a resolution regarding the city assessor, just extending the term to expire on October 31st. Questions on this?
Question? what fell apart with the?
What fell apart was a agreement that was given to the assessor and it came back with other things added. And due to that, I no way I was gonna agree to it, so we need to have further conversation, and further conversation is gonna take us into probably the end of October. So we extended it, we cannot go without having a full, a assessor in that position. So by doing it, we just extended it, that's the best way to do it until we have conversation.
What if we don't extend it?
Or if you don't extend it and do what, skip with a part-time assessor?
Was she a part-time assessor right now?
Right now, she's a part-time, she's still a part-time assessor and still supported by the CSEA.
So wouldn't she just be a holdover?
Well, no, it's just, all we do extend the date, that's all we do.
But
Easiest thing to do.
what's the requirement? Are we required to have a full-time assessor?
No, just have an assessor.
They have an assessor.
On staff.
Gotcha.
So Katie was going to go to the next level, but it's. Some conversation needs to have further, and the exec session, I can do that when we go next time. But I figure, let everybody understand that we just didn't come to an agreement, and we'll extend it and going to October. More to come.
So it's an appointment that we're extending the appointment of,
That is correct,
and based on the original contract.
yes.
Gotcha. So I mean, I guess there's really, I mean, we're filling,
But my question is, if we don't extend it, doesn't it still just stay as a holdover? Doesn't she remain as the part-time assessor?
If you want to call it a whole.
could she be acting or interim
Yeah.
until,
Since we just extended her,
yeah, not like Mike.
exactly,
Less verbiage to do as a holdover.
Yeah.
Rather than try to
exactly.
let it expire,
Always
then
remind
bring her
her
back.
back, we need, further conversation.
Is she okay with this?
She's, yeah, she's going to present it to me. So,
What, requesting for the additional time?
No, that, I didn't meet what we had originally give her, and now we need to sit down and talk.
What, can we ask her? I'd like to ask her.
You wanna go into exec session?
No, I want to bring her in and ask her if
So you
she's,
can't talk personnel, like, didn't pay for.
she's not a collective bargaining agreement. This is an independently negotiated contract. This isn't a collective bargaining agreement.
It's part of the CSEA.
With this
But
position.
this isn't for a CSEA contract. This is for an independently appointed contract. Same as if you brought someone in off the street and try to negotiate with them.
You very ready? Talk about it, you can.
I mean, if she wants to waive her rights, but technically it's a personnel matter, which is normally handled in the executive session.
I'm willing to ask her if she's willing to waive her right.
Ask her,
Katie, if you could.
ask her before she sits down.
Okay. We don't have a chair and it won't be that long. Well, I'm have the city attorney ask you then if you want to waive your right or however you'd like to work that to it.
I want to ask you some questions on personnel. Normally that's taken care of in executive session unless you agree to discuss it publicly.
I don't know. What should I do?
Whatever you feel comfortable with.
I guess it depends on the question.
Well, how about this? I ask the question first and you tell me if you want to answer it now.
Okay.
Did you see the resolution to extend?
Yes,
Is that acceptable to you?
no,
Oh. What would you like to see done?
I mean, I'd like to see the 6-year term and
Okay,
the state 6-year term,
be appointed for a 6-year term.
right?
So you don't. If we extend this, do you think you're gonna be able to get to the results that you want?
I think so.
Okay, so then. So you're in, so. So if we extend this, we can revisit this conversation on October 31st to see where we are.
Is that enough time
Well, that, yes, well,
for you
that,
to feel like you'll get to that point?
I mean, I wrote everything that I wanted and it's the same as I have now.
well, that contract and that day-to-day that you're discussing is negotiated through the mayor. We would be the council that ratifies it once it's presented to us. It's not what's been, it was put onto the calendar that there was gonna be a vote on a resolution for the appointment for the fire chief and the assessor. The assessor was taken off and this is what was put on. And I'm asking as a legislative member, is if that works for you, and if not, what can we do to make it better for you? As far as the terms that you're trying to hash out, we cannot, that's not our wheelhouse. Am I correct, Mike?
Yes.
So can he still reappoint for the 6-year term? Just the 6-year term, not the benefit negotiation?
To leave you the way you are right now? You mean like the way you are now as a CSEA member who's in a seat?
I mean, we could do that, or,
No, I'm asking, is that your question?
no, I think my question was, could we just reappoint for the
Yeah,
6-year?
This is executive.
This is
We're going into
This is-
negotiation.
This
We
is a
should not
negotiation.
negotiate.
Okay.
Here and now.
Okay.
It's something that you should.
So they're telling me to stop with that line of questioning, so I guess then I am in favor of extending this to October 31st, let's get you more time. Okay?
Okay.
That's I'm in favor for it, we'll see what the rest of the council says.
Who'd like to sponsor
I'll
that?
sponsor it.
So will you need me in executive then, or?
I don't, because I like to keep things as transparent and public as possible. I
Okay.
think executive with door shut does the public a disservice, but not everyone feels that way.
Okay, any other?
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you, Katie.
All right, next is the special events application. For the Historical Society. Any questions? All right, next is another special event application for the Buffalo Suburban Seventh Day concert at the David Miller Band Shell. Questions?
You know, why is, I just don't understand why they're coming here for this. Did anybody say anything?
You would have filed the permit.
It was
Clerk.
by the department heads. I did speak to the mayor about
I
it.
mean, coming from,
Fine.
it's this one, right there.
This one.
From Lancaster to come and sing a few songs and.
I was doing my part to get it to the agenda for y'all to decide.
They like the rhythm, very nice.
What's it gonna cost us?
I'm just reading what they say, so don't get mad at the message. It says, our hope is that people passing on the bike path will pause and listen to our music and enjoy.
Yeah.
They do not sell tickets. So,
What's anything about our costs first?
There's no cost.
They said electricity or something.
electricity provided for the band show. 5 music stands, 4 chairs. So it's.
Yeah, I know, it just seems odd.
Chief of Police, do you see anything that's gonna cost us that extra?
Nothing that I can see.
All right. Thank
Yeah,
you.
other department heads reviewed it and had no problem. That's why we can issue them.
Any other questions on it? Would anybody like to take it?
I'll take it.
All right, next is a special event application from Ronald Murchie. For the Murchie family Christmas lighting. Questions on it?
An annual event. Yeah. This is fourth, fifth year, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, one big one.
All right, do we have executive? No, Mayor, do you have exec? Okay, let's go around the room. Mr. Cheesley.
Mayor ballots for Delaware North. Any update on that? No.
I got the price for it and he's going to make a decision whether, because we're not gonna pay for them. We're not gonna pay for those, it costs them like $1,200 per. So if he wants to put them, pay for them, we will put them up. But other than that, I'm not gonna make an exception.
Anything on the weed garden?
Yes, actually, I had a meeting with, Reverend Waller on Thursday. 11:05.
That's
But remember, be careful about, because that is considered parkland. So for us to eliminate parkland, we gotta find somewhere equal to it in square footage or, acreages and declare that as parkland as well. If we decide that as a council, we want to sell them their property, ready to serve the church.
Get a question, go back in memory. When they sold it to David Holmes, wasn't that considered parkland?
Oh, yeah, they
Yeah.
swapped
Where
everything.
did we pick up all
I
that?
don't know, I'm still trying to find out. There's a
You
lot
know what I'm
of.
saying? is that-
Heritage Park,
Exactly.
Heritage Park, on the corner of Main and Park Street.
That's part of it?
That's parkland.
Only part of it.
That, yeah.
That's a pimple. That area.
Yeah. There were other areas too that Ron Sabuco did. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do know Heritage Park was part of that swap.
Mhm.
One piece, and there were some other pieces.
Near,
I wanted to
2 Mile
say, like,
Creek,
2 Mile.
2 Mile Creek.
It was it's an approximate acreage for acreage, so Ron had chopped up various parts of the city. But I do know Heritage Park was part of the swap. That they
Okay, DEC, we got a meeting with them yet?
Actually, I'm gonna bring them in October and, who's on that, I passed this out. This is what, I hand out to people and everybody calls them with a copy. There's some, that's the education piece regarding deer, to help a homeowner get through some of the possible difficulties with deer. If I'm doing a class for Cornell, this is what I hand out to the students. Minus city town one at the top. You just give them some parameters, what to look for, how we address the concerns without going to bait and shoot. I'm not in favor of it, but you know what, there are some towns that are getting a lot of deer kills on cars. I do understand the tick problem, it's something that as a council, we're gonna have to consider. We're gonna have to take a really hard look at the DEC's willing to come in, and I left Ryan a note. And he's going to, I gave him the 2 dates, one at the end of, actually both in October, see which one's available for him. To come to this session between 6 o'clock and give a open speech on bait and shoot.
What else are we gonna do as far as, getting that information out to the residents? I mean, it's great to have a public session or stuff, but we've seen a lot of public sessions where
We'll
we
get
don't
out.
bring them in. But maybe we do it with other rodents and rats infestation and infestations if
Well, we
they
do rats.
have issues where we get
Campus,
the,
we do rats
Yeah.
on campus, we recount.
but I'm saying, is there something we could distribute to residents and neighbors, or even put it out with the,
Read this and tell me what you think, and if something you would be interested in, if you were a homeowner, I can grab something a little briefer and ship it out to home.
sure. I think it's a matter of getting that out there, and a lot of people are getting the deer and tracking them in there.
Anybody who's an exterminator's got to go through a 7A, which is one of the categories is vertebrate tests. That's what they are.
Right.
So it's just something, read it, tell me if it's worth it, and I will end it up. I am waiting to give a copy to Mr. Fry. Because he wanted one, and he missed the last council meeting, so I hope it comes to that.
Okay, one last thing, Mr. Topolsky, the end of Ellicott Creek.
Well, let's make a decision. He asked for 30,000, Jim. The reason we stopped, because you said all the neighbors will free if we sell it.
So I didn't say that, I said I got 3 other neighbors that
Exactly, so
wanna buy.
So we gave
Besides
the
that.
opportunity, instead of doing a direct sale for 30, we offered it up for auction, and best we got was like 12. So he came back in with a letter and said to all of us, that, hey, he came to the council meeting, I'm willing to pay 20. So before it goes down to 10, if you make a decision that you want to sell it for 20, you'll sell it for 20.
I think we should have sold it at 30, but
Right.
My thought is that any property that we have that's absolutely city time that we maintain is to either get rid of it, turn it into revenue. It's we don't have to bonus, we don't have to take care of it. And that would be a good goal for all of us to consider.
As I say, I've got 3 other neighbors that approached me since then,
about different properties.
with different properties, not that one, but.
We'll start with that
right?
and we'll work our
Three
way
of them.
down. We'll work our way down.
Cause there are definitely 3 want.
You get your 6% on it?
Jen, if you need.
Pardon?
You get your 6% realtor fee on that?
Yes, I am, I'm going to know I got 7% in these deals.
Jim, here's my thought.
Mhm.
The 30,000, which I know you said we should have taken, I wanted to see it go to auction. Because if we would have sold the direct sale for 30 and someone, I would have gave you more, but we hear it all the time, we hear it all the time. So now we did it, no one bid on it, so now, yes, we are gonna take a $10,000 hit, it's gonna go on the tax rolls, we sell it for 20. Now, no one can say, well, I would have gave you 25 for it, no, you wanted, because it was up for auction, so. The auction's done, no.
Yeah.
No.
But they could have bid less than the minimum, they did, as the mayor said, it's like somebody bid 12 and it didn't meet the reserve. So they could have bid lower and then it just wouldn't have been accepted. So anybody who had interest, I guess, I don't know if I'm saying this, but anybody who had a claim to say I would have bought it, would have at least added their name to that list.
But that's part of the process of how we changed it to be able to sell it directly. There's publications, there's information going out
Yeah.
there, makes other people aware of it. So I think that kind of covers the same thing. If it's out there and people are informed,
Yeah,
I think you're distributing that information and people are aware of it, that if there are other interested buyers, that they could commit.
and I know this is off topic for this one, but we're gonna have to have that discussion, because
Yeah.
we're using the Niagara Gazette, and then one of our other boards is using like the Lockport something.
Yeah, I saw that for the.
You saw that for the
Yeah.
zonings using
I
Lock,
read that.
you know, our residents are informed only if they read the Lockport newspaper.
Right.
That's another major city in a different county.
Yeah.
So the informed angle is not there, but to get back on this, Jim, I will. Be in support of you, if you wanna do a resolution to do a direct sale for 20,000.
Same.
Everybody?
Mr. Clerk, will you pull the council on the direct sale?
Yes, Madam President. So poll for the direct sale, Sheasel,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye,
Roundstrong,
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
And that's for 445 Ellicott Creek Road.
the letter of intent that the guy brought in last time.
Yep,
Okay, perfect.
yep, 3 consecutive weeks.
Watch the cord. I don't want anybody
All right,
saying,
anything else?
No.
Put a cord there.
Mr. Fisher.
City of Tonawanda Charter Revision Committee. Has the committee filed any recommendations or findings?
Well, actually, I've got a couple of things like that. It's interesting that you brought that up because, you know what? On July 8th, I sent out a memo, and the memo was to everybody about the Charter Revision Committee, what it was doing, what our goals were, and it was CC'd to the city clerk. Everybody was on board with it. Now, according to downtown said, hey, we had our people call every clerk in the city and ask if there was anything else needed to go on November election, 3 days prior to the date. It was a new date that we weren't aware of. And Mario, I don't know if you knew about it, but you did know it was.
I don't recall seeing that email. I can go back and check.
Oh, you're on, yeah. you're
Sure.
on.
I don't have an email on that.
What did July 8th?
Yeah, we sent it out July 8th.
July
And it
8th
was your
from,
council member.
who said it? Well, who's it from?
It came from my,
Yeah, but is it from you or from the administrative assistant or the secretary?
it was from,
It was from you, from Mayor, July
I
8th.
got a copy right here, you absolutely.
Yeah, please. I was-
No, I definitely believe you. I definitely
It was
don't,
of 2024.
don't recall any verbal communication.
Oh, it's
I
the
make
2020, it's a 2020.
2024.
A lot of resolutions.
Oh, so that would
Mario, let me
have,
finish.
Should have-
July 8th
let's
of
put it this way.
2020.
I was not sure.
oh,
Bottom line, I'm not gonna proceed on this. I'm just a little disappointed that. Just.
one of the members of this email is deceased.
Yeah.
So you were gonna do a charter revision commission, you were gonna file this in 2025 on a 2024 email with a deceased member on it.
Somebody died in that project.
This seems like this has no relevancy to the 2025 filing.
That was in 24 to alert everybody that we were working for this. We had a committee for a whole year working.
Right, so what were the results of that? And then when were you gonna do a public
Results were
hearing?
It was gonna be submitted on time, and they changed their time frame of it. And Brittany said, look, I apologize, it was supposed to be, we missed it. Okay, because you guys were aware of it, and I'm just saying, we should have at least alerted, you worked for the council too, and you worked for me, and you worked for the city. When you got that call, whatever, that you are very knowledgeable about it. You're a very bright individual, but, and I just felt a little bit distant. I was, the fact that you didn't at least say, Mayor, we have anything that needs to go on the election, that's all. That's what I expect.
That's good. When it was the last charter revision, committee, what was the process there? How was it filed?
It was submitted in excess of the 32 days. 36 days.
36 days.
Last,
6 days.
for the last charter
For the
revision.
last charter.
But who's responsible for following that up and spending? It is the city clerk.
Yeah.
Clerk. And
By
the
law.
clerk was contacted by the Board of Elections. The Democrats of the Board of Elections did inform me of that. That they in fact contacted the city as they do all jurisdictions, so not specific, obviously, the city of Tonawanda. They followed up with the city clerk, and the city clerk informed them that there was nothing that was being put forth, which is obviously contrary to the commission's agenda.
I'm just searching my emails and I don't have any
Well,
other.
if you can read it,
Yeah.
it's from 2024, that's why you probably have to dig deeper. I have a question. So is there a requirement to have a public hearing to do a charter revision committee prior to posting the referendum on the ballot?
Yeah, we had 3 of them planned.
No, but I'm asking the city attorneys, is there a requirement to have a public hearing?
It actually doesn't say that in the statute if it's coming from the charter commission, not.
So they could have the charter revision, could make the decision, these are the things they want to revise. You would then send it to the referendum, you have to send it to Albany for approval, you have to send it to municipal codes, you have to send it to anybody?
That's when the law got changed. Yep, there has to be readability now relative to the
Right.
referendum that's put forth. The AG's office has to approve of that language.
Okay.
That's why they bumped it up in excess of the 36 days. Obviously, I was unaware of that when it was first presented. I was not informed by our city clerk that we had been contacted relative to that. I take ownership of that and I apologize.
So with that being said, when did the city, you said you received a call from, said your words, the Democrat people at the Board of Elections. When did that call get placed to the city clerk asking him if he was going to, prior to the deadline, which would have, so August 4th was the deadline, so it would have been prior to that.
Correct.
So prior to that, so now if he would have gotten that call and said, yep, we do have something, because he erroneously did, and if we did have something, when was it sent to the Attorney General's office for review?
It could have been done.
So it wasn't done,
It could have been.
but
done.
it wasn't done, so you're blaming the city clerk for not
That's
telling them
not
they have
correct.
something to post.
The facts were that the Board of Elections contacted the city
Yep.
clerk.
Right,
It
but
is the
there's,
city clerk's responsibility under the statute. I understand that you would wish me for me to present it. I'm taking ownership that you would wish for me to do the clerk's job. I am understanding of that. I will, going forward, I will make sure that it gets submitted. But I'm just telling you the facts.
But he did not make an erroneous statement when he told the Board of Elections there is nothing to file.
Yeah,
He did
because
not make an
you just
erroneous
said that it's
statement.
Submitted to the Attorney General for review.
But how could he have made an erroneous statement if there was nothing to submit, because nothing went to the Attorney General's office?
It's not my responsibility. If you look at the statute, it's the city clerk's responsibility.
To do what? To send it to the Attorney General?
Correct.
Was there something given him and said, send this to the Attorney General?
I mean, was there an actual?
It was his job to ask for it?
It's his job. It's the city clerk's job. It's not my responsibility.
It's his job to ask for things? So when
I'm just
people,
telling you
so,
what the statute-
so when people need things notarized, it's his job to go knock on their door and ask them, hey, do you need something notarized? Or do they come to him and say, hey, I need this notarized?
Yeah, and was there any?
Same argument.
Well, you're trying to say that when he got a call and said, do you have anything that goes on the referendum for this November's ballot? He said, no. You're saying it was his job to ask somebody, say, hey, do you have something that needs to go to the
His
AG's
job,
office?
He had knowledge of the commission. He had no knowledge of the charter. We've talked about residency in this meeting hundreds of times. Everyone knows the mayor was doing a charter revision committee. He had a duty at that point to inquire.
I've asked several times about
That's-
the charter revision committees, public meetings on it, records on it, and I've never gotten anything
They
from
were
it.
not public.
We're doing three of them?
They were not public.
We're not-
So there were no public meetings.
Not yet. Why do them in July and August when they're?
Because-
Transparency?
Transparency.
Informed voters?
I mean, that's how it went with the last
We do it
charter
in
revision
September.
committee. There was multiple meetings.
You do it the last possible minute.
So people remember you that. I would just send a brochure out now. To run in November. People are gonna forget.
Gives you time to actually gather people and talk about it.
Timing is everything. Absolutely.
Okay, anything else on this?
Not on that one. Moving on.
I have one quick question. This is, we have several topics to address in a lengthy process that will culminate with a referendum for the public vote on in November of 2025. Have we ever been given the topics that were addressed and spoken about?
Yes, we did speak. There was only one we were doing. The only one we were doing was residency. That was it. Because if we did many of it, gets lost. People say, well, if I vote for it, they're gonna slip some things in there. No, it's gonna be one thing. Because that's what the police was very concerned about was residents.
So the entire referendum would have consisted of just one issue?
That is correct. One issue.
Seems like a whole lot of waste.
I thought,
I don't think so.
I would have thought that we would have had something like, here's what I'm bringing as a referendum. A little
Which we
bit,
had when
a little
we
bit
had
more
public,
recent.
public hearings and the chairman from the last charter revision committee actually spoke to the council.
I get it.
And
It's
several
just-
conversations with the council.
Again, I just brought it up because, as a point, I'm not here to argue anything. It's done, it's over with, and, period. I hope that answers your question.
Pool grant. I missed the council meeting in August when you guys were deciding. I want to say there was an issue that we have to put up 20%. Total of the grant. So if we do get this New York Swims grant, if we are eligible for it, we're on the hook for 20%. Does that sound right? Anybody? What was it?
I think it was, we had to put a resolution for it saying we would be willing to spend up to,
20% of the total.
or was it?
It wasn't, it was a letter.
It was a match.
It was a match and that was an exact figure, or was that just kind of a up
That was
to?
basically the exact figure of that grant. The swims grant is 20.
Okay.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, we all agreed at the last meeting.
That was
Before-
the agreement, the full.
Yeah, the four of us here agreed.
And are we submitting the paperwork or is that Amanda Shepherd that's?
That would be
submitting the
Amanda.
information? What's that?
I would like something in writing from this group to give to Amanda, but she's gonna need something in writing to go forward with the.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking.
We were gonna sign a support letter.
But we have, after, and we did agree that one should go out. That's
Yeah.
2 meetings ago.
We said we would sign a support letter.
Yeah, 2 meetings ago, so when I missed, I would have, yeah,
Yeah.
second one in August. So you guys are gonna present, I'm in favor of it too, so you can count me in, even though I wasn't at that meeting, the discussion. So when will that support letter go out to her? So she can,
Do you have the draft of it?
I haven't checked.
Okay.
I don't wanna miss out on that swims grant. That's 80% of a pool paid for,
Right.
so. Okay, so support letter, okay. Natural playground, one of the people who, is involved in playgrounds in the area, Lindsay, I just pronounced the last name wrong. There you go. Asked about a natural playground because Amanda Shepler also said that she would help her get a grant to fund the natural playground. So all we would have to do is designate a space for it.
Right.
So if we put up a resolution designating an area for a natural playground, what do we think about that?
Find out a good location, and there's not a lot of open space. Unless you wanna put it in parkland,
Could it be attached to another playground like?
It could be, I believe it could be attached to a playground, it could be on, at the river.
How many miles of Magwan Park?
There's,
Well, how much space would you need?
well, these are all questions, how
Does
big
she
the,
have plans? Does she?
nothing yet, because we don't have any support for how big the grant, so. If she says the grant's 50,000, it's gonna be a smaller playground, she says the grant's 500,000, it's gonna be a bigger playground. We
I mean,
can't,
It could be something to look at over at, Fuller and with the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I
like
gave her,
how-
I gave her support for the DRI and couldn't fit it in, but she wouldn't fit that. Well, she's over at Longstreet Homes. So-
Adam?
As with any grant funding, is it just specific for playgrounds? Because it's a rec grant, is there another use of the money that we could use for something else in the city than the playground, if it's just a rec grant?
You mean have her apply for the rec grant and use it for something else?
How about the 20% match on the pool?
These are all great questions. I don't have the answers for them, because I'm not the grant person. But it was brought to me that if we designated an area to build a natural playground, they would look for the funding, so it'd be zero cost to the city. So we can get a playground, something the kids could use, and we wouldn't have to pass that cost on to our taxpayers.
Like, we have more questions than answers right now, but
So how about this? What if we invite that person in to address those questions at the council?
sure.
Okay, I will reach out.
We want Amanda there too, to
I'll-
understand the terms of the grant.
Whatever these grants are, these rec questions, these are all great things. So I will make a note to invite. Now, October 1st, the budget's gonna come out, and then our next council meeting right after that is October 7th, where we will be discussing said budget. So I don't think that's gonna be a good time to invite the speakers in to discuss grants and parks, where we're gonna be. You gonna bring those golden scissors back, Jim?
Yeah.
So October 7th might be a busy one. How's October 21st? We invite them back. What do you think?
October's when the DEC, we're looking for the DEC.
For October 21st?
Mhm.
Okay.
But he hasn't returned to call about that date. If you call
You mean
and
how much
change,
time
it,
do
I'll
we
let you know.
I imagine they're gonna be 15 minutes to just answer whatever questions you guys have before we try to piece together a resolution that just says this area will be designated if such grant was to be available. Sure.
Yeah, from 6 to 7. Yeah, because the DEC room.
On what day? The 21st? Council President.
We do the 7th?
7th's the budget. I would prefer not to bring anybody in.
Yes.
Not, at least I'm not gonna bring them in. 21st.
Sure.
Okay, 20, I will send an invite to Amanda Shepler and Lindsay Shelsky for,
Copy the council.
I'll copy the count and the clerk, gotta make sure the clerk knows about it. October 21st. All right, moving down the line, the judge appointment, the improper judge appointment. It turns out that there also appears to be an improper $500 campaign donation that possibly could be involved with the improper judge appointment. So the question is, who would we have to look into this? Well, we don't have a city ethics board or committee. What?
We used to have.
One of those things, yeah, city, an ethics committee or an ethics board, someone we would ask and say, we think we have an issue, can you look at that? And we don't have one. So we really have no oversight over the mayor and his administration. And like, for example, the mayor still hasn't appointed the city attorney. The city attorney's still on a holdover. Like, how much of a donation you gotta make to get that job?
Oh.
You-
but
you know what I mean?
Right there.
So, if the mayor and his administration are having this ethical problem, we at some point, for example, the mayor said at the last meeting in sum that this appointment letter does not concern anybody in this room. Those were his words. But that was false. That letter not only concerned everybody in this room, that letter concerned everybody in the city. You know, it should be outraged that the mayor can do something like this in secrecy.
You're going after Mark's and my integrity.
I'm
How
not-
dare you?
I am not saying that. I'm saying that there was a letter written, there's a campaign donation given. And we have no ethics board to look.
To the other
He gave
guy
one
running
too.
as well.
Yeah, imagine that. Let's
We need an ethics committee to look into this matter. And I like how when
It's
there's,
on camera.
there's people yelling from the audience and you're not banging your gavel saying no public comment there. But I get it. You pick and choose when you decide who can make comments from there.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where we end up. So what do? Do we get an ethics committee? Do we pay another $4,200 for an independent investigation? Where do we go with this?
Well, there's a process that was supposed to be in the reorg meeting of getting DRA had brought it up that we hadn't actually discussed it again, because we had in past years. And we never actually did come to media or not.
No, there is no ethics committee.
Right, so if we have a question of impropriety, where do we refer this?
File a complaint with the
With
Attorney
who?
General's office.
Attorney General's office won't take it, says it has to be referred over to them. We've already filed it. When I say we, I mean me, have filed it with the Conduct of Judicial Commission on Judicial Conduct. But we still have to, if we want someone to look into the mayor's aspect of it, if this is improper. It would be our ethics committee, it would be our internal. We don't have it.
And there isn't one.
There's what?
There is no ethics committee.
So it's nothing more than the court of public opinion then.
Sure.
Okay. I appreciate that. That's it for me.
Mr. Rothschild.
One, I just wanted to thank Sharon for informing me about the lights. Those are coming soon.
Yep.
Awesome. Which just in time, which leads into Elmwood Park. With Halloween coming, I've had a couple neighbors ask me, and I just wanted to check with the chief if that's something you'd like to continue moving forward with. I know it's been a safety aspect for years, continues to get bigger. Hopefully those lights will be in, so it won't be dangerous at that corner, so. Is that something we could look at previous resolutions to put out there?
Yep. Mayor, do you know the hours for Halloween yet?
No.
Maybe that's, okay.
Yeah, I figured that's still coming. I just wanted to bring it up now rather than.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of the same as we've done in previous years for the safety and everything. We like thousands of kids again. And then I forwarded the council that email that Stacy Kessler had reached out to me in regards to flying a flag for Indigenous Day, Columbus Day. I think it's a great idea. She had mentioned that she had tried to reach out in the past and hadn't heard back, or there was some resistance. Is there any issue with us doing something to that effect? She said she was told there were some legal issues about flying a flag. In addition to it, I don't know if there was actual conversation. I was just kind of hearing it from her side, but is there something we need to do to go ahead and move this forward?
I just want to know also legally, do we put it on the same flag as the American flag underneath it? Or if I-
Has to be underneath.
Oh, it will be underneath for sure,
Above it.
but can I put it? I know, but
But once you open this can of worms,
I know.
you're not gonna be able to pick and choose, you know, which group you favor and which group you don't.
Well, that's been conversations we've had in the past about having initially leasing or Ponzi scene or anything else. It was said that, you know, if anybody's offering to put something out, that's something we would help celebrate. Which I think is fair. I think there's a lot of pride that this is a city based on Native American heritage. I'd just like to get on board with it and make sure everybody else is. Be able to show that and figure out what we need to do forward.
We certainly have no problem slapping a freaking manger scene on the front lawn of a municipal building. So why not put this up?
Well, and I think it honors our, I mean, these are residents here, these are people that live close by, and this was originally their land, so. Yeah, it's just great if we have some support on that, we can report back that that's something we could do, that'd be awesome. That's,
Hey, there's a word.
that's all I got.
Mr. Mallon.
Yeah, I'll be brief. I was approached by a member or a city member this week, about some of our other committees that meet, like traffic and safety, zoning board of appeal, homeless coalition, any of those groups that, meet on a monthly, bi-weekly basis. Can the minutes from those meetings be posted so that, because a lot of community members like to go and hear what's going on. And I mean, can those minutes be posted?
They're public record, I believe.
They come
They're all
directly
submitted
to my office,
to the
I
clerk.
can't see what's going
A
on.
lot of people just don't have the time of the day to go to every single meeting that is, there's a lot of people that are interested in what,
Everybody's interested, I think.
if we can, it doesn't have to be.
The only thing I'm a little squirrely about is the fact of our traffic and safety committee, we give a recommendation, but we don't say what we want to, support. In other words, we're doing this, and this, but
Correct.
this and this, we agree upon. Then it will come to
Sure.
me, and I can call traffic, our traffic company, say, okay, guys, put these signs, go ahead. But I don't know what the pick and choose are. That's something I want to address with traffic and safety, because I want
Sure.
more communication with that. But I like
Well, that
that
makes
idea.
sense.
posting it.
I thought it was a good idea because, a lot of people try to be very active and attend all these meetings, but can't, and would like to hear what's going on, so.
Everybody in the room doesn't have a problem with it. I do.
Well, They're public records.
Okay.
The minutes, as long as it's not executive session minutes,
Well,
if it's public meeting minutes, they're public records, they can all be published
When you publish them.
or posted.
I'll post them on the city
On
website.
the website.
I agree, we can do that.
And we do that with the council meetings.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I don't know what we need to do it with the chairman.
I've sent a letter out to all the chairmen, let them know that from now on, let them know that those recommendations and or minutes will be posted on these. So clean up your language.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Well, I appreciate that, that's all I have.
Mayor?
Yeah, a couple of things. Number one, we went over the DEC, so they're pretty much 4 or 5 out the creek we went over. Meeting with Father Well, it's gonna be Thursday. Work on Delaware. A lot of work's gonna be done starting Wednesday, so you're all gonna get calls from people in your area. Because you're not gonna be able to drive down Delaware from Fletcher Street all the way to the bridge. So people coming down Young Street, making a right over the bridge, you can't, so they're gonna have to be blocked off at Fletcher to go around, maybe to Renaissance Bridge or up to Seymour to cut over to Northtown on that way. Anybody coming, heading east on Fletcher Street is not gonna be able to be left on Delaware, so it's gonna be a little chaotic. We need to fix it, it wasn't fixed with when Joey did it last time, he stopped at Fletcher for that reason, because it's very chaotic. So now it's time to finish it, the holes around the church and Mount Burke are huge. So it's gotta be done, so it's gonna be starting tomorrow, and I talked to Chief, and, did you ever talk to Kaplan on that? Okay, good, so we're all on the same page, so this way we're gonna do the best we can. It's not gonna be pretty, but we're stopping a lot of traffic on those two legs, Fletcher in Delaware and Young Street or Broad Street in Delaware. It's
Any
gonna be
idea how long?
a couple of days.
You gotta pay after that.
Yeah, they'll paint,
That's right.
they're gonna paint
Right.
correctly, come both ways, correct. The way we talked about that, I presented at that meeting, so it's gonna be pretty good, I'm looking forward to getting that done. And, this year I wanted to present, the posters or publicize it, to the, residency. To see what everybody says, if not, then you must see what everybody says.
So this would require an ordinance.
It's required,
Publication.
Publication.
it's just
Yep.
a public.
Questions on this?
Yeah, what are they giving up in exchange for getting this?
We're getting better officers.
Yeah, I'm a no on this, so I don't know, pull the council, whatever, I'm a no.
I mean, until this is ratified in charter revision or something else, I'd rather see it be done on a case by case basis. I think it opens up a big old mess.
All right, let's just get this on the record. Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Cheesley,
Nay,
Fisher,
Nay,
Rautenstrau,
Nay,
Mylum,
I'm gonna abstain, I don't know what I'm doing.
Cook.
Aye. Okay.
It's gonna be perfect, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn our informal, go into our formal. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Milo, all those in favor?
want to be turned, yeah.
What?
we could be the.
Yeah, I think we should
The council that has some more experience.
I'm gonna put that back so no one trips over this cord, you'll never hear the end of it.
Right.
Order, please call the roll.
Cheesley, Fisher.
Here.
Rautenstrau,
Here.
Mylum,
Here.
Cook.
Here, please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
To the republic for which it stands, one indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Please remain standing. Thank you, may be seated. I'd like to turn it over to the mayor for his Veteran of the Month. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. As usual, it's that time of the month. We enjoy this time. We can recognize the veterans out there. Today is going to be recognition of Veteran of the Month to Dennis Michael Angelo. We got a double one tonight. The recognition of his honorable service with the United States Army from 1990 to 1993. And the New York State National Guard, 152nd Combat Engineering Unit, Buffalo, New York, from 1993 to 2002. Firefighter Angelo has been employed by the City of Tonawanda Fire Department since 2007. Thank you for your dedicated and honorable service to our nation and to the City of Tonawanda. Veteran Dennis Anthony Angelo, in recognition of his honorable service to the United States Air Force from 66 to 1970. And the United States Air Force Reserve from 1970 to 1972. Thank you, Dennis, for your service to our country and your commitment to the preservation of freedom for all people across the globe. So if you both will come up, please. Copy of both legal posts, you post for a month out there for the next month.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Communications from the mayor have been ordered and filed. Communications from city officials and correspondents have also been ordered and filed. Council is not going into executive session. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public on the resolutions. For those that are in person, there's a, please approach the microphone. For those that are joining us virtually, there's a spot for you to raise your hand and the clerk will call upon you. Any comments on the resolutions? Mr. Clerk, any comments on the resolutions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Hearing none, we will proceed.
Resolution number 1, sponsored by Councilmember Mylum.
Do we have a second?
Second, President.
Second by Mr. Rounstrau.
Resolved that the common council minutes from September 2nd, 2025 be accepted as filed.
Comments or questions? Call the roll.
Sheasley.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rautenstrau.
Aye.
Mylum. Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 2, sponsored by Councilmember Sheasley.
Do you have a second?
I'll take it.
Second by Mr. Mylum.
Resolved that the bills be allowed as audited.
Comments or questions? Call the roll.
Sheasley.
Aye.
Fisher.
Nay.
Rautenstrau.
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 3, sponsored by Councilmember Rautenstrau.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Sheasley.
Whereas a result of the absence of the City of Tonawanda Director of Parks and Recreations, and whereas the absence of this position has resulted in the Superintendent of Public Works incurring an unanticipated increase in his workload due to additional duties. Now, therefore,
be it resolved that the common council is approving an additional one-time stipend for calendar year 2025 to the superintendent of public works in the amount of $2,500. The monies will be paid from the salaries highway office account A00501001000000.
Comments or questions? Call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 4 by the council.
Seconded by the council.
Whereas in accordance with sections 2.025 and 3.051 of the charter for the city of Tonawanda, New York, the mayor shall appoint department heads subject to confirmation by the common council. And whereas Fire Chief Patrick McNulty retired effective September 12th, 2025. And whereas Mayor John L. White has recommended the appointment of Joseph Briggs to serve in the position as fire chief effective on September 17th, 2025 at an annual salary of $110,000. Now therefore be it resolved, the common council hereby confirms the appointment of Joseph Briggs as fire chief effective September 17th, 2025 pursuant to the terms and conditions set forth in the employment agreement at an annual salary of $110,000.
Comments or questions? I have a comment. I've known Chief Briggs since I joined the council back in 2014. He's always at public events, helping the community. It's my honor to support this resolution this evening. Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted. Congratulations, Chief.
Congratulations, Chief.
Resolution number 5 by Council Member Fisher.
Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Rounstrau.
Whereas the current city assessor, Katie Schultz, was appointed by the mayor to a term of office effective September 21st, 2022 to September 30th, 2025. And whereas Mayor John L. White is currently in the process of negotiating a new employment agreement with the current assessor and needs additional time to complete said agreement. And whereas in order to maintain governmental functions in the assessor's office and allow sufficient time to execute the employment agreement, the mayor has extended the term of her initial employment from expiring on September 30th, 2025 to now expire on October 31st, 2025, upon the same terms and conditions as set forth when she was initially appointed. Now therefore be it resolved that the common council hereby confirms and approves the extension of the assessor's term to expire on October 31st, 2025.
Comments or questions? Call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 6 by Councilmember Mylum.
Do we have a second? I'll second.
Whereas a special events application was received by the city clerk from Carol Bernard of the Historical Society of the Tonawandas to conduct the Celebrating the Erie County Bicentennial at the Benjamin Long Homestead on Saturday, October 25th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. that will include tours of the Benjamin Long Homestead. Whereas the application was reviewed and commented on by all appropriate department heads to ensure the safety and well-being of our residents. And therefore, be it resolved that permission be granted to Carol Bernard to conduct the Celebrating the Erie Canal Bicentennial at the Benjamin Long Homestead event on Saturday, October 25th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and said event must be coordinated with Superintendent Franzak.
Comments or questions? Call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 7 by Councilmember Fisher.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Sheasley.
Whereas a special events application was received by the city clerk from Laura Hambridge for the Buffalo Suburban 7-Day Adventist Church Concert at the David Miller Bandshell. And whereas the application was reviewed and commented on by all appropriate department heads to ensure the safety and well-being of our residents. Resolved that permission be granted to the Buffalo Suburban 7-Day Adventist Church to hold their concert at the David Miller Bandshell on Saturday, September 27th, 2025, starting at 1 p.m. till 3:30 p.m. And be it further resolved that a certificate of insurance naming the city of Tonawanda as additional insured be filed with the city clerk no later than September 19th, 2025.
Comments or questions? Call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted.
Resolution number 8 by Councilmember Rautenstrau.
I'll second.
Whereas a special events application was received by the city clerk from Ronald Murchie of 470 Fletcher Street to conduct the Licht and Murchie family Christmas lighting at the corner of Fletcher and Wheeler Street on Saturday, November 29th, 2025, from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. with a Christmas lighting ceremony at 6 p.m. And whereas the application was reviewed and commented on by all appropriate departments to ensure the safety and well-being of our residents, and therefore be it resolved that permission be granted for the Licht and Murchie family to hold the event on November 29th, 2025 between 12 p.m. and 11 p.m. and said event must be coordinated with Captain Kiersitz.
Comments or questions?
Quick one, comment.
Mr. Owenstra?
I'd just like to say, I'd like to thank Mr. Murchie and his family for continuing, or for keeping this going. I know it's been a thing for the past several years, but my first house, City of Tonawanda, was on a block on Morgan. They used, during Christmas time, that house used to actually be a turning or a point where for my friends and family coming over to my house, it's always that great. It's just great to see that escalate and get bigger over the years and actually turn into an event. So I just want to say thank you to him and his family for doing that. It's really nice that he said, well, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Owenstra. Any other comments? Please call the roll.
Sheasley,
Aye.
Fisher,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Cook.
I declare the resolution adopted. At this time, we'll now take comments by the public following the resolutions. For those that are joining us in person, please approach the microphone. Mr. Clerk, we have a comment on the floor.
Joe Scarpina, 26th Street. I just want to apologize earlier with me that made a comment, and I should, you are correct. I would like to address a meeting in August where you had a guest come in here, Ms. Mislin. And I believe our second ward alderman was condescending and immature. His little skit with his golden scissors, I thought was terrible. And I would have liked it if somebody would have said something. It was all in very poor taste. And I also want to ask that same council member, where was the golden scissors when you gave the city clerk a $9,000 raise in August of 2024? And we're so interested in the budget there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scarpina. Any other comments or questions? Approach the microphone. Mr. Clerk, we have a comment on the floor.
Susan Gregg, 332 Adams Street. As many of you know, I was a member of the Charter Revision Commission, the first two Charter Revision Commissions that we had. Back when the first one was in the 90s and the second one was, I really don't remember, 5 or 6 years ago. Who was on the committee this time? For the commission, it was a commission, right? It wasn't a committee. Who were the members that were on there?
I can provide you a copy with the letter.
Can you just tell me who they are?
Your questions are directed to the council president. We will provide you a copy with the letter. Or the mayor can comment at the end.
Can you tell me, Mr. Mayor?
At the end, I can give it to you, yes.
I'm sorry.
At the end, I'll give it to you, yes.
Was the city clerk on the committee?
Was he on the committee? No, he was not. No,
When we had this both times, the city clerk was on the committee for the commission. He took notes. Do we have minutes for all the meetings? that-
we have the minutes. Yep, we've got minutes.
Are they available?
I can make them available to you, absolutely.
Would you please, I'd like copies. How many times did they meet?
We met probably, I think we met at least 4 times, 3 times.
And how long have they been in place? How long has this commission been in place?
About a year, a full
Just a
year,
year?
full year. Yeah.
Because I know the work that went into it.
Oh, a lot of
before.
work went into it, yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It's only-
It's a lot of-
yeah.
And there's a lot of back and forth with the attorneys to make sure the
Yep.
wording's right. It's a big process. And it's a big process to put on the ballot. If you only put that for one thing.
Right.
You know, it should be more than one. My second comment is the discussion about having the minutes available for the different boards. As most of you know, I worked for the county legislature for 12 years. And when you look at their agenda, you can click on any item and it'll bring you up a copy of the correspondence. If it's an appointment to a board, if it's a request for an appointment, if it's spending money, anything. So on our agenda, when you look at it, someone's complaining about the potholes on Elm Street, you could click on it, see the letter from Mrs. Jones complaining about the potholes. Not everybody can get to City Hall between 9 and 5 to look up these records. And sometimes the comment on the agenda really means nothing. An appointment to this, an appointment, it would be nice to be able to see anything, and that way, if you have a question, you can come to the meeting and discuss what's on the agenda. It's kind of late afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Mr. Clerk, any resident joining us virtually?
I do have one question that was typed in the chat. Would you like for me to read that, Madam President?
Just need their name and address for the record.
It's just listed as Bob.
Okay, go ahead.
Can someone, it says, can someone with a microphone ask, when the laser system is behind installed at the Young Street Bridge? I think the grant was approved in 2022.
We can look into that. Bob, I would encourage you to reach out to the clerk so we get your contact information and we can look into the details into that.
That's the only thing I have, ma'am.
Okay, we have a comment on the floor.
Praise within my address file. Just want to point out once again that you have an informal session where 20 people can't hear what's happening. Because they're out in the hallway and everybody in the hallway is doing their own forms of chit chat, and it would resolve the issue of this. And your audiovisual issues, if you had your informal sessions in here where everybody could hear each other, everybody could hear you. Everybody could hear what was happening instead of listening to the banter in the hallway. And there's probably some kind of safety regulation with it too. That is a tiny room that you're shoving a whole bunch of people into. There's people filtering into the hallways. It's just inappropriate. It's inappropriate. It's disadvantaging to all of the residents that come to these informal meetings trying to gain information on what is happening in their city. And we can't do it because we don't know what's happening in the informal. The second thing I want to say, and as much of a critique as this sounds, I'm not sure why the assessor's position needs an extension for appointment. We knew her time was running up. And nobody else gets extensions when their stuff comes due. We gotta do better than this. We gotta get things done when they're supposed to get done. This looks like incompetence, constantly needing extensions to discuss your employees it's just, you know, their time is coming due. Let's get it done on time. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Mr. Fisher?
For the Chris Fisher Gives Back this week, it went to the Tonawanda High School. But
The young lady was gonna get up. I'm sorry.
Oh.
The purple. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
Good evening, my name is Stacy Kester, and I'm a resident of Vermont.
Can we have your address for the
I
record?
have the Native American Iroquois flag, put a fun flagpole for indigenous. And I think it's very important, Iroquois have been a big part of this area, Tonawanda is an Iroquois name means with waters. They've contributed greatly with agriculture, medicine, many different things. And I think it would be a great honor if I could have a flag for indigenous.
Great, thank you for your comment. Any other comments? Mr. Fisher.
For the Chris Fisher Gives Back this week, it went to Tonawanda High School Volleyball Booster Club. Andrea Wisniewski. The budget will be coming out on October 1st, so our next council meeting will be budget discussion. Encourage everyone to come for that. Might have multiple pairs of gold scissors to pass out. Congratulations to both Denny Angelos, Denny A and Denny M, on the Veteran of the Month. And then to address Mr. Scarpina's comment about the amount of the city clerk issue, you quoted an incorrect amount. So please use correct data when you come up to the mic. There appears to be a transparency issue in this mayor's administration. When I bring up issues, when I ask questions, they try to make it look like I'm the bad guy for asking questions. If asking questions is wrong, they need to rethink this way of governing. For example, resolutions 6, 7, and 8, they all include the words to ensure the safety and well-being of our residents. Yet when I try to ensure the well-being of the residents by asking questions, it appears that they're trying to make it look like a derogatory act. Well, I'd like to let you know, I'm going to continue to ask questions. That's my job. Thank you.
Mr. Sheasley.
I'd just like to congratulate the Mr. Angelo for their service, especially father of the Vietnam vet. Also the chief. You're in for headaches or your gray hair is gonna go bald for quite long, but no, congratulations. That's all I have.
Mr. Rounstrau.
Thank you, Madam President. I'm going to piggyback on a couple of those. Thank you to the Angelos for your service, not only to our country, but Denny for your service to our city for many years. Congrats to Captain Briggs, or Chief Briggs now. Look forward to working with you for the time I left on council. I also want to say thank you for Ms. Stacy Kessler for reaching out to me, calling me the other day and bringing that to our attention. I think it's great. I get it put out there and mentioned the informal. Just repeating what you did at the Iroquois, a huge contribution to the city, and not only but the language, really originally what they've represent. So I do look forward to seeing some representation of this languages. Just to comment to Bob on the laser lights, I know that's been a long time thing coming. We did get, I think it was a $1.5 million grant funding from former Senator Higgins. But I also, it's my understanding, talk to the city engineer, it probably speak more details from what that information comes out if you ask. There was a lot of planning involved with it, a lot of concerns about the infrastructure, checking out what the options are. So it is a long time process, like Councilman Ryland says, a lot of these things have to speak government, but it is my understanding that it continues to move forward and they're continuing to act on it. But I'm sure if you reach out to our city engineer or maybe probably get some details. And finally, I just want to comment this weekend is the Day of Play. Steve Team University United is on every year. It's kind of their finale of the Pablo playgrounds they have all year. It's a great event. This year, Deion Streamers, also goes down Dawkins, his charity group is sponsoring it and spreading some information about it. So it's great to see it getting some traction. It's great to see it out there. 10 to 2 this Saturday's 20th at our Veterans Park. And a lot of great activities for kids of all ages. I always enjoy going there and talking to some people, other parents, just seeing kids playing. The kids continue to say that they're too old for it. I have to drag them along, but then I lose where I was from. So it's great to see. That is all I had. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rounstrau. Mr. Mylum.
Yeah, first I'm gonna be repeating everybody else up here, but congratulations, Chief. I hope you have a long, healthy and safe career. We're very lucky to have you. And to the Angelos, congratulations. I think, it was Mrs. Gregg who mentioned the documents being placed on the website. And in speaking with another resident this morning, not this morning, feels like this morning, but a few minutes ago, our city website needs a major overhaul and probably some major updating to where we can not only have more current documents there, but have it more interactive and easier to navigate. It's a big website to navigate. So maybe something in the future where we can make it more user friendly for our residents to navigate, find the documents that they're looking for. That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Mallon. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. First of all, I want to say thank you to to Joe Briggs for setting up. It's not an easy step, but we're there to work with you. We'll help you any way we can. You'll find that all the other department heads are very assisting also in helping. So congratulations. Also, our prayers go out to Judy. Judy's still in the hospital, not in great shape. She has not breathed on her own. She's been on a breathing apparatus for almost 3 weeks now. So we wish her the best, and our prayers are with her and her family. And if anybody wants to donate, please stop in and see Sharon Stewart, and she'll be more than happy. We are buying lunches and dinners for Pete, so he does not have to come home and try to make some himself in the condition that his mind's in, trying to make sure that his wife comes out at least in a good condition. And regarding the Veteran of the Month, congratulations to both of them, Angelos. And I want to say thank you for hanging around. You're the first ones that stayed for the whole meeting. Usually it's a mass accident, so thank you for hanging around. We appreciate that. And thank you for your service to the country and to the city, both of you in the fire department. Mr. Murchie, thank you for keeping Christmas alive. It's something that he's done a long time. I've been to all of them but one, and it's always my pleasure to watch him bring smiles to all the kids' faces during Christmas time. And Young Street, yes, we do have, and we've had that $1,000,000 grant for quite a while from Higgins. And unfortunately, what holds it up the most is the alternate truck routes. We'll go down this street. No, we can't go down this street. Well, let's go down this one. We can't. It's too heavy. Vehicles are too heavy. Let's take them this way. It's been a fight with DOT, and we will get to the bottom of it and have an alternate routes and have everything set very soon. So I will be in contact with engineer and try to get an update on that, as we are going to with some of the stuff like Kruba taking down the building. There's a lot of addition and updates we got to give to people over on Fillmore Avenue and other places like that. But we're excited about the things that are happening in the city of Tonawanda, and this is where I want to be. The other thing is congratulations to the Historical Society. They did a fantastic job with the opening. It was inspiring. It was historical versus technology, but they put them all together, if that makes sense. You get to see the history, but it was all in nice videos and that type of thing. It's beautiful inside. You would not anticipate in that old building you can fit what you fit in there. So it's really interesting. And if you get a chance, go see it. It's worth the while to go see that. And thank you for all the work that the group has put into that. So that's all I have, Mayor.
I want to recognize the City of Tonawanda Police Force. A couple weeks ago, there was a resident in our city who was attacked in her home. And the police response and the investigation team was just absolutely incredible. They were able to solve this crime in hours. So Chief, thank you to you and the men and women that responded to this resident, and for your quick work in bringing this to a resolution and arresting the suspect. I want to give a huge shout out and a congratulations and thank you for your service to both Dennis A. and Dennis M. Angelo. You've contributed many, many years to our country and our city, and we appreciate that. And certainly last but not least, congratulations, Chief. I look forward to working with you, and thank you. With that said, thank you everybody for coming. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Roundstroud. All those in favor?
Aye.